My dear fellow collectors, welcome to a new episode of Recipe from Germany. Today I would like to do a circle skirt for my Barbie. The one you see here is the one I did almost 2 or 3 years ago, and it looks good, but it's not tied to the body, and I want to check with another idea if we can change it. This circle stands for our skirt when we put it above, you see. That's practically our skirt. And what we need now at first is the radius. And this from here to here. That's what we need to do our skirt. So, how do we get our radius? Beware of naked dolls. Now here's our doll, and I show you a fast method how to get the measurement we need. So we need the waist measurement. And what we do to get this is just take a string and cut it to the size where both ends meet. And then we can measure it with a ruler. And when you measure it with a ruler, you see it's exactly 7.5 centimeters long. So that's measurement we need. So our waist is 7.5 centimeters, and our waist is also our volume. So volume is 2 times P times R, if I'm informed correct. And that's the same formula we use in Germany. It's just different. The V is the U, but that's not so much the problem. So all we need to do is to find out our R, and how we find out our R is that we change the formula a bit. I don't show you every step, I just show you how this looks before we start to calculate, and this is how it looks. So, and then we can, that's what we just want to know, that's our, this piece of R that we are needing and that we are going to find out. That's why we calculate it now. And that's our R, and that gives 1.19. But that's not enough because our skirt has 2 darts. If you would make it from one fabric, it would be correct, but I'm not going to do this out of one piece of fabric, but we are using 2 pieces. And that's why we have 2 darts here, here, and here. So we have to add this to our calculation. The 2 comes from the 4 pieces that we have here. Here is 1.5 centimeter. Here, wait, here is half a centimeter. Here is half a centimeter, and we have here half a centimeter too. I think I even used a little bit more than half a centimeter here. Oh. So that's why we are using 2 times P. So we have 9.5 divided by 6.28, and that gives 1.5. And that's what we are needing to make our pattern here. That's my pattern I used for my skirt here. And why we need R for our calculation, that's what I'm going to show you in the next minute. To get our fold pattern, you just fold a DIN A4 sheet of paper into 2 halves, just like this. And because our skirt is not so long, it fits here on the piece of paper. If it would be a longer skirt, then we would have to add here more paper. But 1 sheet is enough for our draft. Now we make our pattern for the skirt. That's just the piece of paper you see here. And for this piece of paper we need our R. I already made my dots here for my model, for my skirt model, and we have to know how long our skirt should be before we start doing this. And my idea is always 10 centimeters, and I always add a bit because we have a dart here. That's what we have to consider when we sew it. Always have a little dart, and we have to add a little bit of fabric. So in general I have from here to here 11 centimeters. That's my 1.5 for our R that we just calculated. And this from here to here it's 9.5, and then we just make new points here, and then we move it a little bit and make so that we get a circle. General idea is to get a circle when we do this, and the more dots we make here, the better the pattern is later. So move it a little bit more around here, and more. So that we get shape like this. So that's basically our skirt pattern. We just cut away this here, and this skirt. Let me show you. Just a minute, just scissors. So then we have our pattern. That's how you get a pattern for a circle pattern, a circle skirt. So now we have our calculators. Now comes a little trick. We need our pins, we need our pattern, and of course a pencil to mark the fabric. So here is how it basically looks now. I used my pins to secure the fabric. I put my pattern here on the fabric. I folded it so that we have only 1/4 of it here on the fabric, and because it's I have 2 layers here and the border, And so now we only have to cut twice to get our skirt. So the trick is you use several layers of fabric for circle skirts. The last thing we need now is our little belt part. I'm going to cut it out. It's 16 times 3 centimeter. I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon to the end of my skirt, just to get my curtain rights right into my skirt. My dear fellow collectors, here is the final result of my circle skirt making my new clothes for a doll. You see the right one is looks much more natural, like a human would wear the skirt, and the right one is a little bit, I don't know how to say it, flattering. I hope you like my little video, and stay tuned in for the next weeks, because there will be no sewing videos for you. Thanks and bye. Don't forget to subscribe. You're Busy Bee from Germany.